Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Aries, what you guys can expect to potentially manifest, happen, maybe be feeling in the month of December. So let's update these transits as we get to it. So December 2nd, we have Venus in Capricorn in your 10th house, and it is trining Uranus in Taurus in retrograde in your 2nd house. I think, to me, since a trine is a blessing, or it could be indicating something that happens so naturally for you, or it's just given to you that you kind of get lazy with this energy. It just comes so natural, or it's just something that is given. You may not even notice it. And then sometimes our blessings can be taken away from us because it's like we fall into this trap of expecting things. So right away, when I think of Venus and Uranus talking to each other, it's money, 1000%. Something suddenly happening with money. Because it's trining, I feel like it would be for the positive, for the good. So since Venus rules your 2nd house in Taurus and your 7th house in Libra, I do believe that either you guys are being recognized for something from your, either on the internet, or you guys are getting a new job on the internet, through the internet, whether this is like submitting applications or it's like you get an email. There's definitely something positive happening. I would be surprised if you guys told me it was the opposite effect. I mean, however, I do see Uranus being in retrograde in your 2nd house, which talks about money, the things you own, the things you value, your wallet. So retrograde may be slowing things down. In fact, I know it is. But at the same time, it's getting you more in touch with like how to react during situations that may arise suddenly that get you out of your comfort zone. And because of situations like that, it helps you realize things about yourself that you maybe value that you didn't realize before. So with that South node in your 7th house of committed relationships, partnerships, or like, I could look at this as signing contracts. So if you're signing a contract for a new job, there may be some type of issue with this. I don't think it would be like this huge issue. It just, it may not last very long, is what I think. I think that's a possibility because Uranus is involved, Aquarius energy. It's just not, I don't know. I just see it, despite it being a trine, you may get something more easily on this day. Maybe you get a promotion. Maybe you get a pay raise. Maybe if you're in sales, you get a sale. But yeah, I just don't see it being stable despite Venus in Capricorn. And that's because, again, Venus rules your 2nd house. Right now you have Uranus energy here, which is like expect the unexpected. And then you have your South node, which talks about like trying to take the knowledge and information you've gained about relationships and partnerships and harmony, and socializing in a way that is pleasing yourself and other people, and integrating that for yourself so you can become a leader in some type of way. Because Pluto entering your 11th house talks about you guys standing out either on the internet or through social networking. There's something very powerful happening during this time, or at least you're going to be seeing it slowly but surely. And I would say it probably takes you out of your comfort zone, since the ruler of Aquarius is Uranus and it's in your 2nd house of Taurus. Taurus likes to be comfortable. It likes stability. It likes what it knows. It likes its routine. But Uranus is kind of messing that up when it comes to the things you value. So yeah, Venus trining Uranus. In conclusion, I think you guys are either getting messages about other people on this day, because Taurus is also the voice chakra, the throat chakra. You may be understanding people very intuitively, because Uranus also is like downloads messages from spirit. And when it's talking to Venus and Capricorn, I think of just making this more like manifesting it on the physical plane. So what did I channel for the one more thing, I'm sorry, I can't help myself. Pluto rules Scorpio in that 8th house, right? If you guys have it in Aquarius in that 11th house, I do think this means you guys are going to be making money on this day. Something is going to be happening where people are investing in you guys. Okay, so what I channeled for the collective is seeing the bigger picture, but at the... Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's not the transit. I'm sorry. What I channel for the collective is getting healthy tips that you can clearly see. You wanting to help people and people wanting to help you. All right, so let's channel it for you guys specifically for my sun, moon, rising Aries. I feel like I am channeling you guys being seen for something. And I feel like I'm picking up on a partner or somebody you guys date. Or there's somebody you guys are interested in. And it's almost as if like whatever you're being recognized for, it almost stresses this person out. Maybe they don't feel adequate enough, or it's like, I wasn't really picking up on jealousy. It's just more like stress that you're being seen for something regarding work. I am seeing that. And I'm just seeing somebody who cares about you, who maybe doesn't get that type of attention, who maybe isn't being seen. So this is weird. I've never seen this before, but the energy I'm also getting when Venus trines Uranus in retrograde, there's something about karmic contracts being signed with multiple people. Like I'm seeing something that looks like a scroll. This is terrible. But I'm seeing tons of these. And I feel like you're signing them with like a feather pen. So maybe something karmically is happening on this day. Where something is beginning maybe with multiple people. I'm getting several individuals and I'm getting contracts. Okay, let's move on. December 4th, Mercury and Sagittarius in your 9th house in retrograde will be in opposition to Jupiter in retrograde in the 3rd house in Gemini. So again, we have December 4th, Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 9th house is opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in the 3rd house. To me, this is going to bring on the energy of inner conflict between like wanting to express the things you know or have wisdom about, or maybe it's just like you want to conversate about a belief system, maybe you want to conversate about traveling, but it would be like you wouldn't want to focus on the fine details. And then Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini would want to focus in on all those fine details. So it's like that would stress Mercury in retrograde and Sagittarius out in the 9th house. It would be frustrating. It would be annoying. It would be like an uncomfortable energy. Because it's like somebody wants a game plan and the other person just wants to see what happens. That's kind of almost how like I would describe this type of transit. So Jupiter being in retrograde definitely slows things down when it comes to expressing the things you guys know, expressing the things you're learning about or want to learn about. But Jupiter in Gemini is still expansive in the sense of like words and thoughts and communicating, talking. So I still think there would be some type of conversation with friends, people you know, maybe cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles. These people would want all the fine details. Or you're learning something and you need all the fine details. That could be it too. And it's like you would be at odds because it's like you're not really grasping it. You're not understanding it. Either that, or it's like you don't want to figure that part out because it takes too much time, too much effort, too much thought. Or it could just be confusing. Mercury is in retrograde. So what I channel for the collective is seeing the bigger picture, but at the same time, waiting for the details and not getting it. I'm seeing you going down a path where you see something good and so do others. So you go down this path because you feel something positive about it. So yeah, that could be because Mercury's going retrograde maybe, that you guys are able to actually handle this type of energy at the time. Because I would normally say if Mercury is opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini, or just Mercury opposing Jupiter, it's like there's, in Sagittarius and Gemini, somebody just wants the grand scope of things, and somebody literally wants you to break that shit up into fine details. So I think because Mercury is in retrograde, maybe you guys are like entertaining this, or you have patience during this time, or you have an open mind, something like that. So let's channel it for you guys specifically. So yeah, I am seeing this, like for my sun, moon, rising Aries, I do see this as an uncomfortable energy. It's like you guys are either having difficulty speaking, or it's like you're being asked questions that you really don't want to answer. I'm just getting like this energy with your mouth and like wanting to keep things internal within, but it's like they're being pulled out, and it's just, it may not be communicated clearly, I feel like, your messages on this day. But I am getting this energy of somebody being curious. And this is how it's coming out. Like why a conversation would even look like this. It's like somebody is asking you questions. And that's exactly what Jupiter and Gemini does. It asks a bunch of questions. So yeah, maybe you guys are like thrown off guard. Let's see, Mercury rules your 6th house in Virgo. And Mercury also rules your 3rd house in Gemini. So this person could be asking you guys about work. This person could be asking about your belief system. They could be asking you about traveling. They could be wanting to learn something about how you guys grew up. There's something here. Okay. Or this could be like higher like intellectual pursuits. And this could be like frustrating to you guys too, because with Mercury in the 9th house, it's, I think, a very smart energy. But you may not be wanting to share things at this time, or maybe you just have difficulty with this. I'm not too sure, especially with Mercury being in retrograde. Just another way of looking at it. So later that day, December 4th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house, and it's squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 12th house. So again, December 4th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house, squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 12th. To me, this talks about like feeling depressed on this day. You may not want to be social. You may just want to go within. It gives me loner vibes. I think you would have trouble expressing yourself because when Saturn is squaring another planet, it's basically blocking that other planet's energy. So if the sun is talking about optimism, happiness, positive energy, intellectual energy, which I do think of the sun as, then it's blocking all that. So it's like you can't really see clearly on a day, which causes depression, which also causes lack in confidence, okay? So my advice to you guys would be to remember that that's what's going on this day. Maybe write it down. So this way you don't get like stuck and you try to push yourself even further out of it because you know it's not who you guys are. It's just what's going on in the cosmos. I think also you would have difficulty understanding things when it comes to 9th house topics, or I want to say understanding your own psyche. You would have difficulty with this. It would cause some type of mental conflict for you because the sun rules Leo and this is in your 5th house, meaning that Mars is currently transiting in Leo. So I think there would be some type of maybe personal pain since Chiron is here, you guys, okay, for some of you, how it's going to manifest, your physical body, you're just not going to feel like you have energy on this day. You're going to feel like, for some of you, you may get sick, or just maybe more prone to getting sick around this time, like a cold, you know, something that's going around, a virus. So yeah, I would actually tell you guys to write that transit down. And that's not to like try to, you know, get you guys scared. It's just trying to make you aware to be cautious around this time frame. That's all. To be smart. So yeah, I just see this as, it could also be conflicts with men around this time as well. And like I said before, I was channeling that on this same day, Mercury opposing Jupiter, you're having trouble communicating, or it's like you don't want to communicate, or it's like the topics you're talking about make you uncomfortable. It definitely has something to do with Mercury squaring Saturn. I mean, the sun squaring Saturn. Definitely double check these dates on your end, but this is definitely what I'm picking up on. So what I channel for the collective is, I see your higher self telling you to talk to specific people, but you either don't want to or you have difficulty doing so. So I feel like your higher self, which would be the sun, because the sun is the planetary version of our higher self, would be trying to get you out of this negative frequency, this negative energy you're feeling. So I think you would be very much in touch with your higher self, but you may not listen because it's like you just don't want to do what it is your higher self is telling you to do. And that would be because of depression or lacking confidence, lacking, you know, whatever it is. But I promise you guys, if you do whatever that, you know, energy is, whatever you feel intuitively on that day, it's going to help you a little bit. So yeah, let's channel that. You know what I'm really getting strongly, and I really don't think it's everybody's storyline, but because Venus is in the 10th house in Capricorn, there's something very public going on during this time for you guys. So I know we're talking about, which one was it again? The sun squaring Saturn. But I feel like this is why I'm picking up on the 10th house, because Saturn traditionally rules Capricorn in the 10th house. There's something very public going on when it comes to somebody you're talking to around this time. Like, I feel like somebody likes you and they're expressing it very publicly, and other people are like watching. So when Mars is in Leo, it's a very magnetic energy. It's sexually magnetic. And you guys have it in your 5th house, the public house, like a house, not a public house, but it's you on stage and you're going to be seen. And then you have something going on in a public house in the 10th house, which is Venus. You also have Pluto in the 11th, which I'm picking up on groups of people. So I think there is something very public going on when it comes to relationships for you during this time. It's something I'm seeing. So Venus rules your 2nd house, your 7th house. I just think the things you guys value, like your group of people somehow are going to be involved in this. I think also with the South Node, I never thought of it this way, but with the South Node transiting the 7th house in Libra, you guys are probably experiencing a lot of, like if you're dating out there, or if people are interested in you, I feel like all these people would remind you of people from the past that you've dated. Okay, so what I channeled specifically is, I'm getting like something that feels like a date, but I really don't know if it's a date. It could be like a social gathering. But it feels very intimate. It feels like you're on a date. So for some of you, maybe you are, but there's definitely people that are watching you and another person. I can tell you right now, I'd put money on it. Okay, so later that day, Venus in Capricorn in your 10th house is sextiling Neptune in Pisces in retrograde in your 12th. So again, later that day on December 4th, we have Venus in Capricorn in your 10th house. It's sextiling Neptune in retrograde in Pisces in your 12th house. So a sextile means that you have to put work into this. You actually have to put energy into this in order for this to happen. Otherwise, it's just an energy that sits there. So when I think of Venus and Neptune sextiling, and they're talking, and this is talking in a positive way, and you have basically earth and water talking to each other, I do think about manifestation. And these are both planets that are talking about love and abundance. So Venus, if this is love, then Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, which talks about spiritual love, unconditional love. We're all one type of energy. And since it's in your 12th house and it's in retrograde, I think you'd be able to see very clearly through people and places. I think you just would be in tune with what's really going on that may not be so visible. And this is going to have something to do with whoever you're talking to at this time. So yeah, I do see something positive happening for you guys. But I think the energy I'm getting that makes you uncomfortable is the fact it's so public. And I feel like when Neptune's in the 12th house, you guys probably just want to be isolated or be alone or be in private. Again, Uranus is in Taurus, shaking up anything that makes you feel comfortable with the things you guys value. And you have Scorpio in your 8th house. It's a very private house, right? Secrets or just things you keep to yourself. But now that energy is somehow manifesting into your 11th house, your group of people. So it's almost as if like the secrets, quote unquote, are going to come out. Or people are going to see another side to you. And I think it's going to make you guys uncomfortable. Okay, so let's channel it. Okay, so this is why I love to channel. So Venus sextiling Neptune in retrograde. Me personally, I think this is a good energy because they're talking to each other in a positive way. I don't think this is illusions. However, what I am seeing is it's like there's something that feels like a date, and you're pretty much just like, you have this checklist of like, let's just say it's the type of person you want to manifest into your life, because I do think of this as a manifestation energy, like I said. And you're able to get this in your life right now. So I see you checking this off, and this person is across from you. So it's almost like a job interview, except it's not coming across that way. And like, as you're like doing this, this person grabs the paper and puts it on the floor and grabs your hand. And it's like super cute. It's like this person's pretty much telling you they are the checklist, like they are the person you've been manifesting. And I do intuitively feel that this person gets to some degree what you're looking for, because they feel confident enough to get rid of this checklist and just like hold your hand. But then it's almost like there's something a little shady, or maybe I'm just like calling it shady. Maybe it's still cute. I don't know. It's like that piece of paper, your checklist that they like push to the side as if they don't need it. I see them like, while you're distracted, they then grab it and like put it under their shirt so they can look at it later. So when I think of Neptune, depending on how it's placed in someone's chart, sometimes there can be illusions about people. Like even people themselves can be disillusioned, I want to say, hopefully I'm saying that right, about themselves. So in a sense, it's almost like Gemini energy. Since Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, I almost wonder if that's kind of what I'm picking up on. Because with Gemini energy, it's not that it's fake. And obviously apply common sense. If you know a fake Gemini ass energy out there, then okay, whatever. But The thing with Gemini energy is it imitates what it likes or what it knows to the point where it becomes that. So the brain doesn't know the difference between like what you are acting out and like what's real. So it's almost as if like what you're acting out becomes authentic and it's true. And then it's ingrained in Gemini energy. So that's, I'm thinking of a chameleon. And so then this person begins hugging you. And again, the contract, it's almost, or not the contract, I'm sorry, this piece of paper, your checklist, it's like they crumble it. And instead of throwing it out, right, because technically they don't need it if they are this, they put it like in their, like another area so they can look at later. So I'm getting this energy of like them wanting to be the person that you're looking for, which makes me nervous because are they that naturally? I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay, what did I channel for the collective? Conversations about sex. It may be uncomfortable, but I see a committed partnership happening with sex, maybe a situationship. So I think another way to interpret this is two things. Number one, it could be like an intimate conversation, and this could be like what's making you guys feel uncomfortable, because all of this is happening on the same day. So I'm thinking if it's not conversations about sex, then it's just intimate conversations where it's like you're being asked things that you really, you know, would only share with somebody you feel close to. I also think that whatever I channel for the collective isn't going to manifest 100% or exactly for each, you know, rising sign out there. It may be like a similar topic with whatever I channel, but it may not be exact. So I do think you're having some type of intimate conversation around this time, and it may take you out of your element, but you may just kind of go with the flow or force yourself to do it. But then again, it's a sextile, so you do have a choice. There's free will here. All right, December 5th, Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house, conjunct Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 9th house. So I think that despite the fact that Mercury's in retrograde, I think you'll be able to see things not more clearly, but just I think of an intelligent energy when the Sun and Mercury are conjunct. I think you'll have some type of insight when it comes to 9th house topics, as well as your 3rd and 6th house. So this could have something to do with you guys wanting to travel. This could have something to do with learning about another person, because the Sun rules the 5th house in Leo, and you have Mars here. Mars is you guys, right? Mars rules Aries, 1st house, the body. If Mercury rules Virgo in the 6th house, which also talks about how you take care of your body, I just think this would be talking about conversations about you, or your thoughts would be on your thoughts. 3rd house, 9th house, because Mercury's in the 9th house, would be about trying to maybe learn something about your body or trying to do better. Or this could be you guys traveling on this day. There could be some type of, I want to say with Mercury retrograde, I was going to say, yeah, some type of conflict with traveling. What else do I think of? Traveling, a belief system. Yeah, you guys just may be really thinking, what do you guys believe in right now? Are you guys, you know, practicing what you preach? Things of that nature. I also think of this as traveling for work, possibly. Maybe standing out when it comes to... Yeah, I think you guys would be just standing out for some of you. With your group of friends, because Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius, and it's in retrograde, but I think just something's happening here where you guys are standing out because of whatever your romantic life, maybe your romantic dating life, or it's just somehow Aries, Mars rules Aries, just something about you guys. All right. What did I channel for the collective? I see conversations where people are trying to figure out how you feel. They're trying to understand you as a person. I'm picking up on detective energy. I think people are going to be super fucking annoying this month. That's what I think. Like, I think you can't help the transit. So it's like wherever the sun is transiting, that's where you're going to be seen for that duration. So it's in a, not that it's a public house, but it's in your 9th house. So when I think of the 9th house, I think of being seen for intelligence, a very smart person, somebody who stands out, either for the confidence they have, but the confidence they have could be based off of intelligence they have. And look, we have Mercury there. And I don't know why, but I am getting Virgo energy with this. I am getting 9 of Pentacles energy. Why am I getting that? Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini. It's in retrograde. 6th house. Sun. I'm not too sure, but it's what I'm picking up on. Okay, so let's channel it for you guys. So I'm seeing some, it's a masculine. I am seeing that. And obviously I don't think that's everybody's storyline out there. So I'll tell you in a second how I think this also can play out for those of you where this doesn't resonate. But this is definitely talking about, I'm seeing like a masculine trying to talk to you. And I gotta be honest with you, it's kind of like forcefully, like really just like, I'm not seeing pulling teeth, but that's the energy. It's like in your face, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. And you guys are coming off as stoic, like you don't want to give into this. That's how you're coming off. I almost feel like you're fighting romance. You're fighting love at this time. So when I look at Mars, the ruler of Aries, it rules your 1st house, right? You guys have Chiron here. So I think you guys may be dealing with some type of wounds. I think you guys are trying to remember the checklist. I think you guys are literally following the North Node in Aries right now. You guys are trying to do something different when it comes to relationships because of that South Node being in the 7th house. It doesn't mean you're opposed to them. It just means you need to stay away from people who remind you of the past. And I think your own wounds are coming up during this time of what you guys have experienced in relationships. And you may be seeing this. It's either real or it's not. Because again, there's certain things going on right now that indicate it may just be your mind. But with Mercury going retrograde, just be clear that you are seeing clearly and not just your own pain. But I just see you guys having conflict with romance because of maybe your own conflicts that you've had with yourself in relationships. There's some type of wound that or several wounds, I don't know, that you guys don't want to experience again. You don't want to do relationships again the same way. And I feel like you guys are being tested from the universe with people that are very oddly familiar, right? So with Ceres being in Capricorn, if Ceres is the asteroid that talks about healing, then what I want to tell you guys is to, apply common sense through Earth energy. I think this is also why Virgo energy is coming through for me. Personally, with Mercury conjunct the Sun, I'm definitely picking up on 9 of Pentacles. Like, you need to handle these situations like in an earthly way. Like, don't handle it through fire and passion, because that's probably what's gotten you guys in trouble before in relationships. So I feel like you guys are applying common sense, and this can be very, very healing during this time. My advice to you guys would be not to be too stoic, not to have your boundaries too high up, but to definitely have boundaries and to apply intelligence over emotions during this time. Fire uses emotions, like it's the go-to for fire and water signs. So just be careful there. Okay, so what else did I want to go over? Sun conjunct Mercury. Okay, I already said that. December 6th, Mars goes retrograde in Leo in your 5th house. So I think things may still like keep happening as they are when it comes to romance, dating, or if you're being seen for something at this time. You're definitely determined to be seen or to date or to heal some type of pain of yours. While Mars is in Leo in that 5th house, you may be going back to childhood wounds during this time. But also I think whatever like forceful energy I'm getting, or just energy that's like won't take no for an answer, I think this may slow down. This may get more balanced during this time. But yeah, I think you guys would definitely be feeling your inner child wounds and how they affect your relationships, how they affect you guys allowing yourself to be seen, I want to say, in front of people. Where's the sun? In the 9th house. Yeah, there's some type of wound when it comes to your confidence. And you guys are really trying to work hard towards this with that North Node. But the Chiron's probably fucking it up. All right, so let's channel it. Okay, so when Mars goes retrograde, I feel like what I'm channeling is both energies. Like your energy, how you're going to be affected, but I'm also picking up on this masculine. I feel like you guys are talking to somebody who's smart and calculated. You guys have this wall up. I'm seeing it. And while Mars is in retrograde, you're trying to let your walls down, okay? Either people are telling you about this or you're noticing it yourself, because I'm getting individuals. So maybe you guys are out there dating multiple people and they're all telling you the same shit. I don't know. But it's definitely an energy I'm picking up on. Maybe it's something you just pick up on about yourself. But I'm seeing this one dude, okay? He's like, so everybody's like just hanging like from, you know, whatever this is, this wall. And then it's slowly like leaning in. And this dude, he's like going down this, like, what do they call that when you're snowboarding? Like the bunny hill. Like it turns into like a slide almost. Or like a hill that is like slowly going down. It's not like, what do they call that? A black diamond? I think so. Black? Yeah, black diamond. Where that shit goes like that, you know, just straight down, and, you know, like you better be good at that shit. This would be the bunny hill, which is, for those of you that don't know, it's when you're not good at snowboarding or you're just learning to snowboard as a child, and you have like these little waves, you know, but it's going down, down, down. This is like that, and it's going down for like miles. So this person, it's either that like they're smart with how to get you to open up, or they're just willing to take their time and be patient with you. It's one or the other. But they definitely pick up on your walls, and I'm seeing them being consistent, because Mars, you have to remember, Mars, if it's ruled by Aries, right, that means you're gonna win. You're naturally competitive. It's funny because I always say this and I feel like I forget about this, and then I remember that I say it again, but I never feel like we're competitive. And the reason I feel like that, as an Aries speaking, is because, I mean, maybe it manifests differently for you guys, but I'm never thinking about like I have to do better than those people or that specific person. I'm always thinking like I just want to be better than who I was, or if I feel like I can do something, I can achieve something, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but if I say it, then I'm gonna do it. Like, that's it, end of story. So I can see that being competitive. I don't know. So anyway, so if that's Mars energy, that it's going to win, it's competitive, it's confident, then that's this person, okay? And I don't know, maybe I'm just being a typical like moody Aries right now. I just think that's so annoying. Like, I think it's cute. I think it's definitely cute. That's what I do mean that. But at the same time, it's a little annoying. But it's good because, you know, I don't know. So how this is going to manifest for you guys when Mars is in your 5th house in retrograde, I feel like you'll allow your walls to come down. Because the only reason this person's able to allow, the only reason this person got through is because you allowed it. Like, I already know that. I don't have to ask. So, you guys are trying to, I think you're trying to help your Chiron. I think you're trying to heal your Chiron by letting your walls down a little bit, by allowing yourself to love or be loved, okay? You're in that receiving energy is what I'm picking up on. When Mars is in retrograde, I mean, yeah, there can be conflicts, but I'm not really picking up on that right now. What I channel for the collective is going back to something intuitively, knowing someone is coming back into your life. I'm seeing someone ringing a bell and I get this enemy, and then I just get this mother-child energy. So with the mother-child, I feel like it makes sense to a certain degree because of Leo. Leo, I think of child energy, and Mars, I think of the child energy. So you guys may be mothering yourself during this time, or somebody from the past is coming back. Mars rules Aries, the 1st house, the body. You got the North Node there. But if I'm picking up on somebody from the past, I would think it's somebody you've dated before or just somebody who's interested in you. So then we have that same day, December 6th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house in retrograde, squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 12th house. So these two, I think you're going to have difficulty traveling, or something with your vehicle at this time is going to happen. With the 9th and the 12th house and Mercury being involved and it's in retrograde, yeah, I just think there would be some type of issue with your vehicle. And it's going to cost you money because, you know, duh, but also because Saturn rules Capricorn in your 10th house and you guys have Venus there right now. Let's see, Mercury rules Gemini, your 3rd house. You guys have Jupiter. Whatever it touches, it expands upon. It is in retrograde. And Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. Virgo, there's nothing going on there. But yeah, I do think this would be traveling. Yeah, I'm just seeing a vehicle and there being some type of issue. And then I'm also seeing a book as well. So this could be like talking about you either not learning or maybe you having difficulty understanding something. But I'm seeing specifically a book and a car. So you may have difficulty understanding something because it's not visible. That's also something that I feel like could be happening during this time. But what I channeled for the collective is feeling like you can't speak about something from the past. It's like you saw this path in the distance, a victory, a dream for yourself, and now it keeps getting further and further away. So I feel like also if you guys were talking to someone during this time, it's like all of a sudden they go missing. Like, I'm not seeing you trying to figure out where they are, but it's like I'm also seeing you like not being able to express your anger, because I am picking up on anger with Mercury square Saturn. Wait, we're talking about Mercury square Saturn, right? So did I talk about the most obvious things besides traveling and time not being a priority? So you guys may be late to things, but also this causes depression. It also blocks like you from being able to speak, or it could cause arguments because of miscommunication, especially because Mercury's in retrograde. So I'm basically picking up on like quote unquote a death. I feel like you're writing somebody off during this time. I just want to say be clear on that one and don't act and think it through. You guys may be assuming that while Mars went retrograde in the 5th house, that somebody's being sneaky. They could be. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely seeing you guys jump to a conclusion. And then you just like writing off this person. So just be mindful that Mercury is in retrograde and sometimes there's miscommunication and misunderstandings. And I don't think our thoughts are 100% clear. Later that day, Venus enters Aquarius. Okay, you guys may be onto something. But again, don't react and don't do anything. Like think it over first. So Venus is leaving your 10th house in Capricorn and is entering your 11th house in Aquarius. So since Uranus rules Aquarius, right? And this is in your 2nd house of Taurus, which talks about the things you value. Your money, your wallet, the things you own. I think there's going to be some type of shakeup when it comes to your money and you spending it with groups of friends, doing things that are social. Where's Libra, 7th house? I think also, again, I'm getting this energy of like, with Pluto already being in Aquarius, I bet you these two are like talking to each other. Like they may be conjunct once Venus enters Pluto. So I'm just thinking there's definitely going to be a transformation when it comes to either your group of friends, or you may be getting more serious and reconsidering like the things you value about people, or your wallet is transforming at this time. Something is changing. Maybe you get a new job. Maybe you get a second job. But yeah, so Venus in Aquarius, let's channel it for you. Okay, so I am definitely picking up on Pluto. So when Venus enters your 11th house in Aquarius, you're going to be very social, but I don't think you're going to want to be. That's how I want to say that. I'm sorry. I'm just seeing it happening though, whether you like it or not. Like people are going to want to hang out with you. I'm definitely getting a stalker. I'm for sure getting a stalker. And I feel like that's Pluto energy. Not that I always think Pluto is stalker energy. But if I'm picking up on a stalker and I'm getting a little bit of Scorpio energy, which can talk about obsession, then I think somebody is currently obsessed with you during this time. I'm also getting the Empress. So I think people are like wanting to hang out with you because you're the Empress. I'm getting this nurturing energy. I'm seeing a pregnancy. No, I don't think you're actually like pregnant. Maybe for some of you, you are. I mean, or things are changing when it comes to the things you value. So is that one of them? I'm not too sure. But honestly, it's not really what I was picking up on. I'm seeing you guys change how you see people, change how you view things. So I guarantee you, like I said before, something probably happens when Mercury squares Saturn. And the reason I say this is because I guarantee you, Venus was probably in 29 degrees, which is a very karmic degree. So there was something that you may have been seeing correctly, but it's like maybe your own beliefs, like maybe you're being too dogmatic about something. With the 9th house, that's the downfall with this house, is being too dogmatic, thinking you, like when you are attached to a belief, and it doesn't actually have to be a belief system. It could just be the idea of something, how something should be. Like 9th house energy is too attached to that. And then that becomes ego. So that's what that could have been, maybe, because Mercury, your thoughts, your communication, is being blocked. It's being blocked intentionally because you're not seeing something clearly. And especially since it's blocked from the 12th house, I definitely think you wouldn't be able to see something from a higher perspective. So yeah, so anyway, so you're changing the way you view people. All right, what did I channel for the collective when Venus enters Aquarius? A game of chess with someone you are dating or are romantic with. I get that either you or this person is the emperor, and it takes a lot to get them to be the chariot, to make a move. There's no consistency. You're both waiting on each other. So yeah, I think that's one way that could definitely manifest for you guys. And I just want to say this because I always forget this because I just go off of whatever I channel and just talk about that. But there isn't ever like this big focus on money or I mean, I think there is a blend of money, romance, your higher self. I do think I include all that, but I feel like there's like a really, like always about romance. So, and then when that happens, not everyone can resonate with that, right? Because not everybody cares about that kind of stuff, and it's not always happening in their life. So what I want to say to those people is that I think you guys would be very determined to be seen for something, whether it's having a child, whether it's self-expression. You may be having some type of difficulty with just expressing yourself or your inner child at this time. I'm going to say because Mercury is in retrograde in the 9th house, I'm going to say there's some type of inadequacy that you feel about yourself when it comes to the higher mind. And expressing the things you guys know, and it has something to do with your inner child. And the same can apply for artistic things. You may not want to put things out there that are artsy or, I don't know, whatever can be considered artistic. I think also when Venus enters Capricorn, like I said before, it could be very healing with Ceres there, to focus on work during this time, to focus on increasing your wallet, doing business partnerships, signing contracts, making your dreams come true, especially when Venus sextiles Neptune. I think you guys can definitely have the potential to be seen in a way in the public eye that you want to be seen for. Mars is pushing you to do so, okay? Let alone with Pluto being in Aquarius. It's like, yeah, maybe us as Aries, like we can be super confident, but at the same time, I feel like there's this energy about us that's very Pisces, where we just need our loner time. We need to be alone. We need to just like digest and get away from people. And I feel like that's where we confuse people, right? People are like, what the hell is wrong with you? Because we seem extremely social, and we are, but we're human. I think everybody has this to a certain degree, but I think it's pretty extreme for us. Like, we need to do our own thing. And I'm not going to respond to my phone. I'm not going to respond to you until I feel energetically ready. I don't know. But that's what I think will be happening when Pluto's in Aquarius, where we have to kind of transform that and get more social. I think there's going to be more, there won't be as much downtime for alone time. I don't know if you guys are slowly seeing that creep in, but that's what I'm seeing. I feel like with the transits. So December 7th, Ceres enters Aquarius. So Ceres leaves Capricorn in the 10th house and enters the 11th house in Aquarius. So what would be more healing for you guys during this time, if this asteroid speaks of the best way to heal yourself? It would be through social groups. It would be by going out with your friends. It would be by opening up, having deep conversations with them. And the reason I'm saying deep is because it's Pluto. Pluto rules Scorpio, your 8th house. Venus being in Aquarius, this would be intellectual. This would be smart. So it's like you would be maybe transforming your group of friends, or just transforming the way you look at your friends and try to be more intelligent about this instead of so emotional, so watery. Yeah, you could still have deep conversations with them, but it may be more in an intellectual type of way. And yes, I do think that's a thing. Okay, so what did I channel for the collective? Go out and do things with friends. Okay, so how does this affect you guys? I'm getting this energy of childlike energy that would be very healing for you with friends. Like, I don't know if you guys ever did things like this, but this was in high school, maybe, no, it's just in high school, okay. Where we would go out late at night and we would do things that were risky, you know, and what I mean by that, not that I was ever a tomboy, but like maybe go into, I don't think I ever went into buildings, empty buildings, but climbing things is what I think of. Like, I feel like, so I'm just going to get to what I channeled. So I feel like I'm seeing this Ferris wheel and, but you're climbing on the top of it, right? You're not like sitting in a seat on the Ferris wheel. You're literally climbing on the top with somebody else. And as you're like walking on top of this, you're then building steps. Like there weren't steps before. So I think of Aquarius energy as innovative, right? Aquarius energy is ahead of the game. So there's something that would be very healing for you guys to do at this time. And I think it's lead. With Pluto being in the 11th house, and I think of Pluto as a leader, it would be to lead people. So if you and your friend are supposed to hang out one night and they're like, what do you want to do? You guys should be deciding what it is you do. Like if that is being given to you to decide, then figure it out. And I think whatever it is would be very wholesome, childlike, go out, you know, why can't I think of any, you know why I'm thinking of things I've probably done that were illegal and I'm like, watch it. But yeah, just going out and doing things. That's why I'm getting outside. Taurus is outside. Like I think of green things like trees, grass, but Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So I think it would be healing for you to go outside with groups of friends, maybe go for a walk. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Okay. December 7th, Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in your 11th house. So when Venus and Pluto are talking to each other in a positive way, I like this. It talks about transformational love, or maybe transforming your wallet. Something's happening with money. Something's happening with love. It's either one or maybe both. I do think obviously this could be the potential to be like a Plutonian connection, relationship at the time, which would be extremely, you know, difficult. It's not made for everyone, that's for sure. A Plutonian relationship is basically an 8th house relationship where there are constant transformations. There's constant changes throughout the relationship. So you may be beginning one of those right now. That may be starting. And that could either be good or bad. Not everybody's built for that. So what did I channel for the collective? Randomly, okay, so for some of you may be having random sex on this day. For others, you may be seeing people differently on this day. And again, I was definitely seeing that for the for you guys, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aries. Like you're changing the way you look at people. Seeing people different on this day and being attracted to them. People who were going in the opposite direction of life, it's like if they were going this way and you were going that way, then all of a sudden on this day, it's like your universes collide. And I could see that too, because it's happening in Aquarius. Okay, so what I'm seeing specifically for you guys is that you're going to be intuitively in touch with this, or that you're just going to know, you're already going to know this around this time. I feel like this person who's obsessed with you, like, they may have a lot of options is what I'm picking up on. But it's like they're choosing to invest into you guys. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like they're just like very much, I guess you guys got to like apply common sense here. If it's like obsession, or it's just like they're very much interested in you. You know, like I can't help it as an Aries, a fire sign, be like, oh, they're obsessed. Like maybe not. Maybe they're just like interested. Low key though, I'm not getting that. I'm getting like very interested. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. What else happens on this day? December 7th, Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house is opposing Jupiter in Gemini in your 3rd in retrograde. So to me, again, this is like talking about having difficulty expressing yourself. Like I think of the Sun as self-expression. And the fact that it's in the 9th house, it's like you guys have a lot that you could be seen for when it comes to your intelligence. There's a lot that you're learning at this time because Jupiter's the ruler of Sagittarius and it's in your 3rd house. The 3rd house is about learning. It's in retrograde. But when the Sun is in Sagittarius, you just may want to show the bigger picture versus like going over the fine details. That's how I'm going to constantly explain these two houses with Sagittarius and Gemini, because that's the difference. The biggest thing that comes to my mind. I'm definitely seeing like somebody trying to get you to speak. Like I'm seeing them like hear your lips. It's really bad drawing, sorry. And it's like your tongue, they're pulling your tongue out. And then they're writing on it. Like, it's like they're trying to remember things about you. Something like that. But it's like they have to really reach in order for this to get expressed. And honestly, that to me talks about an opposition energy, literally. So what I channel for the collective is I see you being visible to someone and giving, and how this person can't stop thinking about you. And it may be to the point where they need to be alone, or someone can intuitively see through you and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to be alone. All right, later that day, December 7th, Neptune goes direct in Pisces. So in your 12th house, Neptune goes direct in Pisces. Just my opinion, but I think however, like you guys were viewing things, whatever this was, however you were viewing whatever was going on in your life before Neptune went retrograde, try to think back to that date, like look it up. And I would say, how has that changed since Neptune went retrograde? Because I would think that when Neptune went retrograde, you were then seeing people or situations more clearly. I think you were more in touch with what was real. Whereas Neptune going direct, I just think we may have had illusions about certain things. Now it's in your 12th house. So this could have been an illusion about yourself, literally, because you guys have this in Pisces in your 12th house. It could have been illusions about the collective. It could have been illusions because since it's opposing Virgo energy, your work, your daily regimen, your schedule, you could have been seeing things in your unconscious, like I really feel like you would have been able to see something about yourself much more clearly and on point. You would have noticed things within your own psyche that maybe the collective was seeing about you during this time. You may have trouble accepting that or figuring it out if you're not that self-aware. But my advice to you guys is when Neptune goes direct, try not to go back to the illusions because it feels more comfortable. Try not to ignore what it is you realize during that time. Because I think Neptune in retrograde slows things down. We're more in touch. We're more in the moment. And we're able to see things far more clearly than I think Neptune being direct. Why? Because life moves pretty fucking quick. That's why. It's if we were all super intuitive and if energy doesn't lie, then I don't think everybody would be always constantly like misunderstanding one another or judging one another. It happens for a reason. Yeah, energy doesn't lie, but you can misread energy when you're misunderstanding something. So what I channeled for the collective is getting a phone call. I'm seeing also something sexual. I'm getting the energy of going full speed ahead. And then I see you guys getting tips about time and what did I write? Tips about time and a band-aid. Sacrifices now for the future for something to grow. So yeah, Neptune does talk about sacrifices. So you may have to give something up during this time that you were daydreaming about because you saw it more clearly when Neptune was in retrograde. And then once Neptune goes direct, you may feel this like almost sickness or just like a reality check where you're like, if I continue X, Y, and Z, or if I choose this path, then this won't work, or this is, or it's like, it's unrealistic. You're noticing something that if you choose to do something, you're not going to get realistic expectations, something like that. So let me channel it for you guys. I don't really understand the message fully, but what I'm getting is, I'm sure it's like all the transits that are happening on this day, since there's so many, but it's like, I'm getting you sacrificing somebody for what's better for you. Because I am getting like Seven of Swords energy. But it's like, it's either because it's like somebody specific doesn't fit in your life right now. And it's like you're seeing how much this bothers somebody. So I feel like you're trying to help somebody out by letting them go. Because I'm seeing them look at every single word you're saying. And I think it's like you don't want to hurt them, so you let them go. If that's not your story, then I think it's exactly what I just said before. You're going to be taking action based off of the things you're seeing more clearly. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. Hold on. Okay, so I may be repeating myself here, and again, I apologize if I am, but you're just getting more of a reading. So December 12th, Venus in Aquarius is opposing Mars in Leo. So again, on December 12th, Venus in Aquarius in the 11th house is opposing Mars in Leo in your 5th house in retrograde. I think this is going to be inner tension with the opposite sex, or inner tension with with how you're seen for something. Like, I feel like people are, like, with Mars and Leo, this is going to be a magnetic energy. Venus in Aquarius, this is also going to be, what did I say? It's magnetic energy. It's definitely a popular energy. That's what I'll say. With your group of people, you're going to be loved. Or people are just going to want to hang out with you. One of those things. But you may not want to hang out with people. It's just like literally an opposite energy. Think of Aries and Libra energy. Because Mars rules Aries and Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So it's like what you value, what maybe your money, what you own, may be at odds with the action you have to take on this day. But it's happening in your 11th and your 5th house. 5th house is when you're on stage expressing yourself. It could literally be children. It could be you expressing your inner child. People could have a problem with you as to how you get attention on this day. But I think it's more just like you may not want to stand out. Or if you do want to stand out, then it's like maybe your group of people may think you're a show off. Or it's like if you end up being for the group of people, but maybe on this day you're really supposed to be standing out for something. You basically have you, yourself, and I standing on a stage, and 11th house is groups of people. So are you for yourself or are you for a cause? So being at odds with people is what I channel for the collective, wanting to talk shit, and back and forth energy. Yeah, I'm almost positive I said all this already. The fact that I'm getting on this, I'm getting this Hierophant energy, but I also channeled more because I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. I also channeled being a passenger on this day. Like things are out of your control is at least how it's going to feel. It wasn't a bad energy. It's just like somebody else is driving and you're the passenger. So you're supposed to be going with the flow. And I'm seeing you get like this road map out. So you're trying to steer the direction. So if it is you guys, and I'm just seeing like a masculine and feminine energy, and it's like your yin yang energy, I think you're just trying to balance yourself on this day. Or you're literally with the opposite sex. And you guys are like both hanging out with like a group of people, because I'm seeing you guys drive. Like that person drives and you're the passenger, and you're trying to help the person move towards the crowd. What else? And there was something about being able to see very clearly on this day. It may feel a little bit heavy, whatever it is you do see. Is there anything else I want to add to that? No. I think the reason it may be a little bit heavy is because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. And right now you have Uranus in retrograde with the things you value, your money. There's a shakeup happening. And you guys want to be comfortable with those type of topics, but you're not. And then we have the South Node in Libra. So past relationships, past topics, or past experiences with relationships somehow may be conflicting you guys today. So later that day, December 12th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius sextiling Venus in Aquarius on that day. So again, December 12th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house will be sextiling Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house. So to me, this is talking about literally traveling with groups of friends, hanging out with groups of friends, talking to groups of friends, talking to your group of friends about the things you're learning about, things on the internet. You may be talking to people that you're dating on the internet or doing dating apps, talking to people who don't live close to you, talking to people from the past. But a sextile is talking about where you have to do something in order for this to manifest. Otherwise, it's just an energy that sits there. So what I channel for the collective is traveling to sleep with someone, conversations about sex, conversating about who your friends are sleeping with, and having conversations with people you're sleeping with. So, what did I channel for that? Oh, I'm seeing you guys in a church and you see someone out with another person. But so the energy I was getting was like, I think it's happening. The scenery is in a church because there is some type of belief system, either a belief in relationships or beliefs in groups of friends. There's some type of belief, because when you see this person with another person, you kind of just like, I'm not getting bad energy, but it's like you look the other way because of a belief. But everybody else is seeing this. So like it feels like people are watching you guys. And then when that person, I guess, walks away with the other person that you were witnessing, all of a sudden, like a minute later, they're with you and they're kissing you. So I feel like almost like you're seeing somebody that you know likes you, but there was somebody else, but really they have feelings for you. And I feel like a lot of people know this. All right. So December 15th, there's a full moon in Gemini in your 3rd house. So there's going to be a full moon. So I think something will be illuminated in regards to your group of people, not your group of people, I'm sorry, your friends, or something will be illuminated with something you're trying to learn at this time. You may find something out about traveling, religion, a belief system, spirituality. You may find something out on the internet. Something may be illuminated for you guys. The reason I'm saying all these things is because Mercury rules Gemini, and it's in your 9th house in retrograde in Sagittarius. So you may hear something or witness something, but it would have something to do with the past. Something may be illuminated with your group of friends. I keep saying group of friends, but you know what I mean. Your local community. Gemini energy is friends, so, or your cousins, your siblings, aunts, uncles. What I channel for the collective is you'll be hearing something about other people you already intuitively knew about, but were ignoring. So yeah, I bet you that's maybe what it is you see on December 2nd. I'm sorry, December 2nd, December 12th. There's something about this with your friends, since you definitely see something on December 12th with this Mercury sextile Venus and Venus opposing Mars. It definitely has to do with the masculine in your 5th house and romance and your group of friends. Maybe like shit's getting all tangled up in there. But what did I channel? Someone, full moon in Gemini. Someone committing to you, or they're making it look that way in front of other people, or that you're the chosen one. Okay, so yeah, I definitely think you guys are going to be experiencing some type of drama when it comes to another person. For those of you that are dating or seeing people, I don't know. It's like maybe you and your friend both would be interested in the same guy, because I feel like that's what I'm getting. And it's like this person is making it known. I'm getting in front of friends. So I feel like, because again, Mercury rules the full moon because it's happening in Gemini. And we already have Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini. So there's something like Sagittarius like happening. There's something that is freeing. There's something that's expanding at this time. Your friends are learning something, and you guys are learning something as well when it comes to who it is you're talking to. Because Mercury and the Sun, I'm getting being visible with conversations, or at least you're being visible for who it is you're dating or who's interested in you, because the Sun rules Leo and Mars is in Leo right now in retrograde. Later that day, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. So yeah, I think maybe this has something to do with the energy of this person, like showing people, because it's like their thoughts may be more clear during this time. I'm not too sure. Let's channel it. Yeah. So when Mercury goes direct, I'm definitely seeing like somebody making a choice. I'm seeing it's either their energy like getting balanced, or like I'm seeing black and white, like these two circles. And it's like they're the masculine, you're the feminine, and they're seeing you. They're definitely coming through as Neptune in the 12th house. So maybe it's not so visible to you guys. But something will definitely be illuminated when full moon in Gemini happens and Mercury goes direct. You may not be seeing it, but you're feeling it. But I'm seeing that this person sees that you guys are visible during this time. Like I'm just seeing people around you. So I feel like this person is like fantasizing about you, daydreaming about you. And it's like they want to make you theirs. That was the energy, at least. What else did I want to say? For those of you that are just like not dating or interested in romance, I'm going to say that all these transits are talking about inner conflict, about like either how you express yourself, or how you guys don't want to hang out with friends right now. May be due to lack of energy, not feeling confident, or you're just feeling yourself right now. You're literally doing your own pursuits. You may be learning about something during this time. You may be investing in things that have to do with, let's see, I want to say, where's Uranus? Yeah, your wallet. Like you guys may be social networking. You may be going, applying for jobs, putting yourself out there. And you may feel like you're having difficulty standing out. That could be that too. Hold on. Venus rules your 2nd house and your 7th house. Excuse me. And the Sun rules your 5th house, and it's in retrograde. Mars. I just feel like physically you may not have as much energy with Chiron in retrograde in your 1st house, Mars in retrograde in your 5th. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. What did and I already told you what I channeled when Mercury goes direct. Now, for you, I also channeled overeating. I also channeled gaslighting. And for the collective, I channeled looking how to get out of something. So, okay, hold on. For those of you that are kind of like in this little bit of a drama, where maybe it's like you or one of your friends likes the same person, it's like when Mercury goes direct, this is kind of like in connection with this person making a decision. So if you guys are dating multiple people, or if the person you're dating is dating multiple people, it's like you or this other person is going to decide around this time frame that they just want to date you. They're going to be feeling that inner conflict, Venus opposing Mars, I'm telling you. Let's see. December 18th, Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house will be squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 12th. Okay, so again, December 18th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your 9th house. It's squaring Neptune and Pisces in your 12th. To me, this is talking about your higher self trying to talk to you, trying to get you to see something clearly. But I feel like you're not going to like what it is your higher self is telling you. So you're probably not going to listen. You're probably going to follow illusions or something that feels more comfortable, or a daydream that like you would love to make a reality. Because it's like the other version of, I don't know, whatever's happening around this time. It's like it would make you depressed. I think the Sun squaring Neptune also will cause depression. I think it may cause you guys to choose not to see more clearly, or maybe having more difficulty with it. For people who lack in self-awareness, this would be a delusional day for them. What else? The Sun rules the 5th house, so Mars in retrograde in that 5th house. And then Neptune is at home here in the 12th. Okay, so let's channel it. I'm definitely getting that with Sun squaring Neptune, the 9th and the 12th house, there's some type of offer. It's not really an offer though. Like, I'm getting commitment of some kind, but whatever this commitment is, it's garbage. That's how it's being like translated to me. But you may feel, because of what this person is like doing, or how you're feeling, it may not even be something this person's doing. Okay, let me correct myself. It just may be how you're feeling, that like you feel special. That's how it's coming through. That you may want to ignore that this is kind of like a crappy offer. I'm seeing commitment, but it's like it's illusion. It's bullshit. It's almost as if like this person is offering you something just so they can get you off the market, or they can get you to stop looking at other people. I'm getting something about other people and standing out. What did I channel for the collective? Did I already go over this? Sun square Neptune. Your higher self tries to guide you down a path that opens up for you, that you see, but you ignore your higher self and keep walking down the path which has a lot of possibilities. Yeah, so I think for some of you, this is definitely going to be talking about getting a crappy offer and maybe entertaining it. So December 19th, Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house will be trining Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 3rd. So again, December 19th, Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house will be trining Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 3rd. A trine, again, is easy energy. It's a blessing. It's something that comes so naturally. You don't even notice it sometimes. So I do think that there is a possibility either you're going to get gossip regarding your group of friends, or people are going to be gossiping about you guys amongst your group of friends. There's something happening here. I'm getting it with friends, literally. Gemini energy, Aquarius energy, Venus and Jupiter. There's going to be something you're in touch with intuitively, but so are other people. So it's weird how I'm seeing it. I'm definitely seeing like tons of people like no, I want to say no about whoever it is you're dating at this time, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius and we have the Sun and Mercury there, right? So the sun rules the 5th house. We have Mars, romance, dating, something being visible and on stage. Mercury's in Sagittarius. It rules Gemini and Virgo. Nothing's going on in that 6th house of work or house of healing, how you guys take care of yourselves. But the 3rd house, we have Jupiter. Whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. Jupiter is also a very intuitive energy. So I think it's going to come very easily to people that it's like somehow they know about the offer. And I feel like the offer is kind of, it's coming through as like a Band-Aid. I know it's a terrible drawing, but, and then it kind of looks like a skateboard in the next vision. So it's almost as if this person is trying to transition into like the next stage with you, to get past like some type of wound or some type of pain, some type of issue. And everybody knows it. That's what I'm getting. So I don't like that. Yeah, but what did I channel for the collective? I get people from the past coming back. The energy is unstable, but you know about their return, and so do other people. So yeah, that could be some of your storylines out there too. Since Venus rules Taurus and Libra, and we have the South Node in Libra in your 7th house, this could literally be people from the past. So yeah, December 21st, Sun enters Capricorn. So the Sun is leaving your 9th house and is leaving your, is entering your 10th house in Capricorn. You guys are going to be standing out at work. You guys are going to be visible in the public eye for something. Either your reputation or your career. Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and it's in Pisces in the 12th house. So I think you're going to be seen. I think you're going to be seen for all the work that you guys do, like any action that takes place when it comes to work, like the hard work you have to do. It may be visible at this time, because if Saturn is in a house that is not visible, the sun is making it visible at this time. So things you've been working on may come to fruition at this time for some of you. If not, it's like you're definitely getting a glimpse of a something happening for you guys. And the reason I would say that that could be a possibility is because Mars is in retrograde. Think of you like running in a race, and then all of a sudden you slow down so dramatically that you're having difficulty making it to the finish line, but you can still do it. But it just may not be the win that you were going for. So what I channeled for the collective when Sun enters Capricorn, trying to work at bringing something back to life, or I'm sorry, our higher self is guiding us. So I feel like during this time, it's like when Sun enters Capricorn, your higher self may be guiding you guys to try to get your vitality back if you felt like you lost some energy by working hard. I know that kind of seems like, well, wouldn't you lose more energy by pushing yourself? But you guys may have lost that type of energy or maybe losing it because Mars just went retrograde. So the sun may be trying to push through, and because it's in Capricorn, I would believe that because Capricorn is achievement energy. This is winter energy. So let's channel it for you guys specifically. I'm definitely seeing it when Sun enters Capricorn. It's like there is this almost energy of agony in a sense, because I feel like you feel like you're not achieving in the way that you want to, or you're not moving fast enough. And but there's this energy that ends up taking over, I feel like, where you feel like you can succeed. So I think when the sun enters Capricorn in the very beginning, you may feel down on yourself. You may feel depressed. You may feel like you are not good at things. you can't accomplish things, or you're not where you thought you'd be. But then I'm seeing like slowly but surely it's changing to you committing to working hard to get the success you guys are looking for with whatever that may be talking about. But when I think of a ring, I think of commitment. So I think it's Saturn and Pisces. You guys are trying very hard through action, Mars, but it may feel hard for you guys because it's in retrograde to stay motivated, to make this dream a reality, because Pisces energy is dreamlike. Whatever it is you feel like you're missing in your life right now, you guys are trying to make this a reality with Saturn being there. But I think you're having difficulty, or at least you see, like, you believe you haven't achieved something, or you just haven't achieved exactly what it is you want 100%. So then on December 24th, Jupiter and Gemini in retrograde in your third house is squaring Saturn and Pisces in the 12th. So again, December 24th, we have Jupiter and Gemini in retrograde squaring Saturn in Pisces in the 12th. So to me, this is talking about depression on this day. I would say try to remember it's just a phase. It's not permanent. The reason I'm saying all this is because Jupiter energy is optimistic. It's positive. You have it in a happy house with Gemini. So, and it's in the third house, which is your thoughts, communication, and it's like in touch with your, I want to say your unconscious, like something is uncomfortable for you and you may have difficulty trying to figure out what it is, or maybe you do, maybe you will know. But when Saturn's involved with Jupiter and it's a square, it feels like you can't manifest. It feels like you can't create. And I feel like it also feels like you just can't be happy, or you're not lucky, you aren't blessed, that type of energy, because a square is blocking these energies. It creates friction. So, yeah, let's channel for you guys. I'm seeing like you guys trying to reach a higher consciousness on this day, but having difficulty, because I'm seeing the pyramids. But I'm seeing something weird back, like it's like a reflection is at the top. So it's almost in a sense like you can't really get divine information because something's blocking the pyramids is what I'm trying to say. Another thing I'm seeing is teeth. So I feel like be careful on this day with talking a lot or going overboard with your words, because you guys may be negative on this day, or you may not be seeing something or understanding something clearly because there's some type of block, okay? What did I channel for the collective? Trying to find the light in the dark, keeping certain people out, and listening for signs. All right. December 26th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house. It's opposing Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 3rd. So again, December 26th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house. It's opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 3rd house. To me, again, this is talking about seeing the bigger picture with your thoughts, your communication. This could be about the topic regarding traveling, regarding things you're learning, spirituality, a belief system, traveling for work, maybe for some of you. But it's like you're either having difficulty understanding the fine details in order to understand something 100%, or this is other people, where it's like you may just want to talk and express about the bigger picture and not focus in on the details, because it creates some type of tension. It may create some type of tension because maybe you guys don't want to share this information, or maybe you don't know. So what I channel for the collective is someone reaching out from the past and apologizing. I see this person as loyal, and I see you will feel anger for this person and then better once they reach out. I'm getting tons of people, honestly. What the hell is this? I'm sorry. I'm getting tons of people. Like it feels like American Idol, like judging your every tooth. Like people, I'm telling you, I think you guys are Mercury in Sagittarius and people are Jupiter and Gemini in retrograde. It may not be visible to you guys because I'm seeing them wear sunglasses, but they're literally like inspecting your teeth. They're moving it back and forth. So it's like the things you're saying, for some reason, have people very curious, Jupiter and Gemini. Let's see. That same day, Mercury in Sagittarius is squaring Saturn in Pisces. Very similar to what I just said before regarding Jupiter squaring Saturn, except it's going to be Mercury in Sagittarius in your 9th house, squaring Saturn in Pisces in the 12th. You're going to feel like you can't manifest properly. Your thoughts won't be clear. There will be miscommunication, potentially arguments. Time will not be a priority, meaning you may be late. Plan ahead. Try to be early to places, because I'm telling you right now, like, just expect potential delays. This kind of carries that energy of Mercury retrograde, in my opinion, when Mercury squares Saturn. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. So what did I channel for the collective? For the collective, I was getting conversations about sex. I do not think for a second that would be everyone, obviously. But at the same time, I can see how it connects back to sex. Because there's something hidden going on here with that 12th house, but there's also something with structure, and you know what I mean? Bound, chicka, bound, bound. And when I look to see where Mercury is, it's in Sagittarius. So where's the ruler? For Sagittarius, it's Jupiter in Gemini. So I just think that with the 6th house Virgo being the body, the house of healing, your everyday regimen, there may be a conflict in conversation about sex. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, let's channel it. Okay, that's why it makes sense to me now. So I think something is visible again, because the sun is in Capricorn, okay? And the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. It's in your 12th house. I think something is being very seen during this time when it comes to literally you guys. There's something here, again, Mars can be sex, action, leadership, and it's happening in your 5th house, and the sun rules the 5th house traditionally in Leo. So I do feel like people are having conversations about you guys behind your back about the things you're doing. I just see like conversations and people expanding. So I just feel like people are really in your business this month. Yeah. What else is happening? December 27th, Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house is squaring Uranus in Taurus in retrograde in your 2nd house. So again, we have Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house, and it's squaring Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. The first thing I'm going to say is I think there's going to be difficulty with money during this time. You either spent too much, you don't have enough, an unexpected bill happens, something gets thrown your way. And you now have to pay, the invoice, the bill. It could be something that you already thought you paid. To me, this just screams like unexpected expenses. So yeah, Venus rules Taurus and Venus rules Libra, the South Node. So where's Pluto? Oh, in Aquarius. Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely talking about money, investments. For some of you, it's definitely talking about arguments with friends. It's talking about arguments with somebody you guys are dating at this time that may feel like a friend. There could be arguments on the internet. Again, you guys just investing too much money on the internet, maybe. So spending too much money. But yeah, let's channel it. I'm either getting it's you or another person, like a friend, hiding from one another. Like one of you is trying to reach out to the other, like at a social gathering, like they tap you or whatever, and they're trying to get your attention and you're ignoring them. Or maybe it's the other way around. But there's definitely some type of issue, I feel like, with friends during this time. What I channel for the collective is I'm seeing a roller coaster based on something you're trying to build that you don't know about. I'm seeing something growing. I'm getting sparks, something new that you're building. Okay. So something may be beginning for you at this time. You don't really realize it's the beginning of something. But somehow, so that could be some of your storylines, or, you know, what it is I just channeled. December 29th, Chiron goes direct in Aries in your first house. So Chiron goes direct. To me, right away, I feel like this will help you guys get more energy. You may not feel as physically drained, because I would think that was how it was affecting you guys, is your physical body. If you guys have been experiencing any type of pain during this time, you may be feeling better. Mars in retrograde, it wouldn't be 100%, but you, I think, would feel definitely a difference. You would definitely feel a difference in regards to your like insecurities, like transforming into feeling more secure. So what else did I want to say? You may be feeling more playful during this time. You may feel like you can express yourself better. What did I channel for the collective? Chilling out from your problems, not as stressed, not as much pressure. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing it. So what I was seeing was like a hamster wheel, and you guys like trying to climb up, but you can't. You fall back down. You keep trying to do it over and over. And then I'm seeing over time, the energy of the wheel is changing. It doesn't feel as heavy anymore. It's getting lighter and lighter, and then all of a sudden the wheel is turning to a flat surface, so you're able to walk it. But instead of walking it, you just sit, and it's almost like you're at the edge of, I don't know, it seems like you're at the edge of the universe, or you're looking at the galaxy. Your feet are dangling. Like it's actually very chill. And what you were walking on then turns into books. And it's like you're not trying to read too quickly. It's like the page turns at a normal, you know, time, and then the next page turns. So maybe you guys were feeling like you had to accomplish something. You had to, maybe you just felt that inner friction of like needing to speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. And now you should be feeling, you know, chilled out for the most part. There's definitely a difference you should be feeling. The last transit of the month is going to be December 30th, new moon in Capricorn. So this is happening in your 10th house. So I do think something new will be happening when it comes to either your career, your job, how you're seen, especially with the sun there. Something new would be happening potentially with romance, or you expressing yourself, you being seen for something, or all the hard work you've done when it comes to your job. Or again, you're just literally being seen for something. Saturn, again, is the ruler of Capricorn. It's in the 12th house. Yeah, you may be seen for making your dreams come true. What I channeled for the collective is a door opens. You have a choice to make. I'm picking up on Two of Wands. You are the hermit going down an unknown path, but people are following you. Okay, that sounds exciting. Let's channel it for you guys. My sun, moon, rising Aries. I don't know why, but I'm getting this energy. I'm getting a few different messages. I'm getting that some of you guys are either like dating somebody that's like the fallen angel archetype, or maybe this is you guys, but I'm getting a masculine. I'm getting this masculine behind you, and I'm seeing they are the fallen angel. And there's something that's happening during new moon. I feel like you guys are winning something, or there's some type of ceremony or event that you go to, and it's connected to status or work. I'm getting like a ballroom or like a venue, a hall, and I'm seeing a podium, and I feel like you are speaking. So if you're not doing any of these things, then honestly, it's probably just the internet that I'm picking up on. Maybe you're just doing a social media post, but you're posting about some type of success is what I want to say. I think for some of you, unbeknownst to you, a relationship may be beginning at this time, or there's something new that is starting. There's definitely an energy behind you. And I don't think you see it. Saturn in the 12th. There is definitely a masculine energy. I don't feel like it's part of your storyline just yet because it's not visible. You guys are visible during new moon in Capricorn with the sun. But this masculine energy, you don't see something that is beginning during new moon for this individual with you. So yeah. All right, guys. So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates. Let me know if any of this stuff ends up happening. I'm dying to know. All right. Bye.